When I tell people that I study toxicology, they ask me, what does that mean? So I like to tell them that we are like the canary in a coal mine. You see, canaries were these little yellow birds that coal miners would take down with them, and they served as good little warnings for when conditions became dangerous. As a toxicologist, we don't use canaries in the lab, but we do use mice. I study e-cigarettes, which are like battery-powered cigarettes. But instead of producing smoke, they produce an aerosol, which is kind of like a cloud. And this cloud, this aerosol, contains thousands of tiny little particles, which we can actually measure in a lab. I can measure their size and concentration. And size matters because the smaller something is, the deeper it can get into your lungs and the harder it is to get out. So they persist and irritate. And when you inhale this aerosol, we call it vaping. So vaping is like smoking without the smoke, because you're still getting that nicotine hit that you crave. Now, what I'm interested in is how vaping affects you if your lungs aren't perfect. Like if you have asthma. Smoking has already been shown to make your asthma symptoms worse, but the jury is still out when it comes to vaping. And this is important because surveys have shown that around 11% of e-cig users also have asthma. What I'm also interested in is how sex hormones play a role in all this. Women, in general, experience worse asthma symptoms than men, and estrogen has been shown to increase allergic area inflammation, whereas testosterone decreases it. And because we can't force asthma sufferers to vape, we use mice. My mice, I give them asthma and then expose them to menthol-flavored aerosol. And then we test out their lung function. I can measure how much their lungs can expand and contract, and how easily their lungs can expand and contract. And then we also rinse out the inside of their lungs to look at inflammatory cells. So far, we have seen that females and males do show different trends in inflammation, and that female mice experience a change in baseline lung function. So my next steps are to look at asthma-related proteins to be able to quantify how severe this response is, and gene expression to investigate these sex differences. So even though I am so adamant to this story of how e-cigarettes compared to regular cigarettes in terms of safety, there's still a lot we don't know. But I will keep you posted. And that is because toxicology and public health go together, hand in hand, much like canaries in coal mines. Thank you.